got some stuff I need to get off my chest. They asked me how it was in the war.
What up, soldiers? Texas Girl 409, aka the Iraq Veteran Gamer, bringing you another installment of War Stories. Last week I did a picture commentary and y'all really enjoyed that and y'all requested more. So this episode I'm gonna do more picture commentary. Hope y'all enjoy.
This is a picture of me just chilling on top of a Humvee. I was trying to be all hardcore and not smile, but some motherfucker made me smile and ruined the whole picture. I think America's luxury standard is a little bit too high. Come on, look, we fight wars in fucking Hummers. Not that the Hummers we use are luxurious whatsoever. The only luxurious thing about them is they have AC and we have a fucking sunroof with a fucking machine gun up there. This is just a small Iraqi village from a Black Hawk, and I must say helicopters are fucking badass. I'm gonna get one day. This is me and my roommate for a majority of the deployment. Just taking a little picture, and that fucking apple there was the fucking best apple I've ever had. And as you notice, I'm listening to my Apple iPod. That iPod was my lifeline in Iraq. I listened to that iPod every single day. Music was my stress relief. Me and my roommate, we were exhausted and we felt like making some rock angels. And I want to give a shout out to my roommate. His YouTube is corn-fed and some numbers. I can't remember the numbers right now. But big shout out to him. And when he comments on this video, I want y'all to say welcome home to him too. This is me messing around with my roommate's shotgun, trying to look like a Billy Badass. And what's fucked up is they gave all our gunners shotguns to be able to shoot at the cars a lot easier. But what the fuck was the point of it if they just gave them rubber bullets for the damn things? Like, it's going to make it more of a pain in the ass to shoot the vehicle with a rubber bullet than have to grab your M4 or your M16 to shoot them with a real bullet. Like, this made no fucking sense to me. My roommate thought he could be slick and take a picture of me while I was asleep. We were at a combat outpost on mission. I think this was our last month in country, so I was very exhausted. But if I had the chance to sleep, I was taking it. It was a very long 15 months. Where were you July 4, 2007? Well, that was me being a fucking idiot and re-enlisting in Iraq. I signed up for, I think, 3 more years. Got like a $10,000 bonus, tax-free. But I ended up not finishing my contract, and you'll find out why, and you'll hear that whole story later on. But what's weird is I enlisted in the Army July 5th, 2005. I re-enlisted July 4th, 2007, and I got out July 14th, 2008. This was one of my buddy's re-enlistments. He is currently deployed. He's still in the Army. I want everybody to wish him a safe trip home and keep him in your thoughts and prayers so he can make it home to his 2 kids and his wife. And actually his 3 kids since he has one on the way. So Sergeant Luke Hart, if you see this, wish you the best and wish you a safe trip home, man. Well, here's some pictures of some sunrises / sunsets. Well, it's really hard to tell the difference between a sunrise and a sunset in the picture. But I'm a huge romantic. I love seeing the sunrises and sunsets. Actually, I loved one of my shifts over there because I got to see the sunset and sunrise every day for a good couple months just because of the hours I worked. I was outside in the morning and evening during the sunrise and sunset. And that was like one thing that kept me going over there. Here's a few of us just bullshitting around while we're at a combat outpost on mission. Here's us just bullshitting again. We were actually throwing a football this time. Us just bullshitting again at another combat outpost. A few of us just bullshitting at another fob, taking a picture by the pool. The story behind this picture is civilians would send us care packages. And a lot of the time, if it wasn't a care package from your family or anything like that, it was just some random person, they usually send you shit you didn't even need. And this one has some some koozies. Some little stuffed animals, and we were bored, so I put them on and we took a picture. This was taken out in our old sector, and our old sector was more out in the country, not really in the city, so their markets were a lot different than the ones in the cities. Anybody want an apple? This picture right here is an Iraqi having the worst day ever. He was driving on the wrong side of the road, and our fob came under a mortar and rocket attack. Well, he was driving on the wrong side of the road, and while he was driving, a rocket ended up hitting his truck directly. Sadly enough, I'm pretty sure he learned his lesson about driving on the wrong side of the road. And if you're ever having a horrible day, just remember this guy had it a lot worse than you. This picture was taken with some local nationals that came on our fob. They were part of the Monster Crew. We had a guard called the Monster Guard. Our job was to watch them while they cleaned up, while they swept and mopped, and they went around base cleaning up. And a lot of these people would just look sad. I remember this one old guy just came in and looked sad all the time. And he would always ask me to try to get him a better job because he said he had 5 kids to take care of and his rent was high and he barely made any money doing this. And I would always try to put smiles on their faces. Like, here's me just bullshitting with them, making them laugh. We let some of them put on our gear, just, make them laugh, cheer them up. And I still wonder about these guys sometimes. I wonder if they're still alive. Here's some poor old little Iraqi kids. We'd always throw them water and food. And they'd always ask for Pepsi, money, candy, anything like that. This is a picture of the famous Cross Sabers in downtown Baghdad, which is now known as the Green Zone, which is the safest place in Iraq. 2 of my buddies got to fly there because we were only like 10 minutes away from there. But they got to fly there for their re-enlistment, and they got to stay there for, I think, 4 days and just relax and go sightseeing. Lucky bastards. This is just me being bored in the room by myself. Decided to take some pictures. And don't I look like I'm about to rob a bank or something? This was a picture on my very first mission, my very first time going outside the wire. And the cool thing about this is I didn't have to drive. I was the truck commander in a way. I just got to sit back, relax, and take in the sights. It was a very cool experience going outside and experiencing Iraq for the first time. But I went outside the wire many times after that.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed looking at some of my pictures. Next week, I'm going to be talking about my most embarrassing moments in Iraq. Some of the stupid shit I've done. So next week should be a little bit funny and embarrassing for me. Anyways, until next week, much love from the Iraq Veteran Gamer.